this is weird for me because actually on the camera, and I'm usually, or lately I've been showing things like from the top view camera, and also even if I'm filming myself, which I do sometimes, I don't have like the viewfinder back at me, facing back at me, so it's interesting to see myself. I might change it actually. But yeah, I thought I would finish up talking a little bit. I'm having some trouble with uploading the HD files and like being able to edit them for some of the videos that I have coming up. So I thought I might as well do some like finishing up crafts now, and we can we can see how that goes, and then hopefully I'll figure out the editing and everything for those other videos coming up. So one video that's coming up is this, which I'm finishing up now. So it's like a little, it's a page for a signature, but it's a little pocket. And then it's another pocket on this side, and it's made out of like one of those bags that you put cookies in at parties. And so I made these tags that go in it. I didn't cut this enough. Okay. So these tags that go in on the top, I'll probably actually go this way, so that it's on this side with the photo that I put in it, and then on this side of the signature I made um, ah, these little cards here. That go in on this side. So I really had like several different elements in this little thing here. So I have the photo that I put on the front, the photo sticker, the tag, and this little cluster. So that's 3 things there. Then this tag here, the framing stickers, which are those little roses, and then this little bit of washi tape. And so what's that? So 1 is the folder. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But they're all really easy things to do. So I think I will finish up these cards. So in the example one that I made, I put some stickers here on the stitching, and that keeps the stitching from coming out. So instead of having to back stitch everything. Okay. Um, so we're going to keep doing that. And I'm not sure where I put my stickers. Okay, so before we finish those up, I'm going to show the end of what happened, what I was doing yesterday on that live. So I have the bow journal that I showed, and I started the binding on the live yesterday, but I finished up the binding. I actually made a little mistake in the binding yesterday, and the like one of the holes was off, but I was able to fix that pretty easily. And then I finished up the rest of the binding, so everything's in there. And then I'll just show what it looks like on the inside. So the front looks like that. So I think you can see like some of it kind of sneaks in there. And then here's the middle of the signature. And then here's the, like in between two signatures, you can see just a tiny bit in between. And then here's some here. So we're going to finish up some of those stickers on these. So if I take the back and then I put tape or glue here on this stitching, then I'm gonna seal in the stitching so I didn't have to backstitch. So let's do that. And then I did say that I'm going to talk about Sabrina Carpenter. So I think that's what I'll chat about while I do this. And I think I'm going to turn the camera down. The project is it's a page that goes in a journal. So I'm making a long project of journals that are like similar to this journal, but the journal for this series is more of a witchy theme than these bows. So I'm going to continue doing part of that project now. I'm just going to try to put my camera in the right way. So it's a little bit easier to see the project instead of just me. Okay. So we'll start with this pile here. So first thing I like to do after I make a pile of stitches like this is I trim the extra, but I don't want to do it too early. So that's why I didn't do it when, like, as soon as I was done, because then the stitching might fall out. But since we're putting the stickers on to save it, then it's okay to do this. I don't cut it very close. I like to leave a little bit of edge, or a little, like, just a little trail like that of the thread, so that there's still space there. And then you can just use tape to hold it down. You can use washi tape to hold it down, or you can put a sticker on there. So I'm just going to do whatever sticker feels right at the time. Okay, and then like I said, before we should start doing that, I'll show that I wrote all of the short and sweet tracks here, and then I think I'll rank them for either the ones that I like or the ones that get stuck in my head the most. So let's see, Short and Sweet's been out for what, like a week, maybe a little over a week, and I was waiting for it for sure, and I'm really happy, really pleased with all of the songs on it. And then I also realized that I never did this for Emails I Can't Send, and that's one of my favorite albums of all time. So maybe we'll talk about that too. But like in general, I can start talking about like how I feel about Sabrina Carpenter, and like I'm so happy that she's getting really popular now. And I've liked her since Girl Meets World. I think a lot of people have liked her since Girl Meets World, but like she wasn't getting, like, everyone knew that she was like a really good singer, and she wasn't really getting that much attention. And part of it was because of like some contract things that I don't really know anything about, so I'm not going to speak to that. And I think part of it is just because she wasn't being noticed. And then she was on tour with Taylor Swift, and then the rest is history, I guess. So she's like one of the biggest artists now. So that's really exciting for a lot of like long time Sabrina Carpenter fans. Because if you watch like if you were there, which I know it was, she was still like fairly popular, but if you were there like say 5 years ago, say like around Evolution time, um, and what everyone was saying was um, she needs more attention. like more people need to hear this, and like they were right. And hopefully people now are going back and listening to older albums and older songs. So like her first album, Eyes Wide Open, like I really like that. It was a very good first album for a kid because it was very kid friendly. It was very focused on like that age that she was, and I think that that was really great that she is so able to capture those moments and those emotions that you have when you're a kid or a teenager, I guess. So she had on that album, so Eyes Wide Open is like the opener song. Can't Blame a Girl for Trying is a song that um, Megan Trainor wrote, and it was just like kind of silly and what's the word? Irreverent, like the music video and everything for that. So that one was really fun. My favorite song from that was "Will Be the Stars." I think probably a lot of people's favorite song from that album was "Will Be the Stars." Uh, and yeah, I still listen to that album today. And yeah, she did a really good job. I think she took chances for a an album for kids too, because all like it wasn't all completely irreverent, and like it wasn't just like there was a song called like Too Young and a song called Seamless. So like about like just being friends with somebody, and like they weren't all like that. Like We'll Be the Stars and Eyes Wide Open and White Flag, those are like a little bit more not mature because like she was definitely thinking about these things, but they're more philosophical, I'll say. All right, I'll do this one. So I don't actually know every single album and every single that she made, um, because there are so many. But like I always followed her on YouTube for a while, so like I heard them as they came out. She also did a lot of like soundtrack tracks, and she's an actress, so she was also in the movies and did songs for her movies. I think her acting ability is a big reason why she's able to emote so much in um in her songs and in her music videos. And I think that's why she's getting a little bit more popular now. So let's see what happened after. So Evolution had like, what did it have? So like I think Smoke and Fire came before, and Thumbs. Like I can't remember like what albums those were on, and uh, or if they're even on albums. But those were, I remember when those came out, and the music video for Thumbs is great. It's one of those one shot videos. I'm being indecisive. All right. So what I'm doing here is kind of picking two stickers, one for the top, one for the bottom, and that'll help make sure that the threads don't come undone, and they'll stay put like that. Now, you don't have to use stickers. You can do like any sort of paper thing and then glue it on. It'll have the same effect, obviously, but the stickers are already sticky. But I do use a little glue for reinforcement. So let's see what happened after that. There's Evolution Part 2. And then what was Evolution? Yeah, did I say Smoke and Fire? Yeah, so Smoke and Fire came out, I think, before Evolution. And then there's like the I'm having like memory problems. Hi, Alice. Thanks for joining. Are, are you here for the crafting or for the Sabrina Carpenter stuff? So I think um so what so there was On Purpose. That was definitely Evolution. Then there was Alice. So what was that song with the where in the video she like turns people to stone? So, since you know Sabrina Carpenter, you know what I mean, right? Like she like turns people to stone in in that video. I can't think of that, but that was a good one. So yeah, that was from Evolution, and then I don't know. I think Sumi was from Evolution Part 2, and that song like it was so good. The music video was so good. I want to say it changed my life, but like it didn't really. But I will say that when Sumi came out, I was like elbows deep into crafting for my wedding planning. There is so much stuff going on. Um, and like I was with my high school sweetheart and the love of my life. But still, when that came out, I was like so into it. And I was like, how do I break up with somebody? Because like I need to break up with someone the way that Sabrina Carpenter did in that video. And Yeah, so then that was the best. That was the best feeling. Like I just it was really funny because it was like it really took over. But yeah, that's kind of part of her appeal is that I was able to get back to places in my life that happened. So Sabrina Carpenter is about like 13 years younger than I am, maybe. And so I'm able to definitely like feel what she feels and remember what that felt like to feel that way, like after a breakup and um, like when you're falling in love for the first time, that like, and then when you're like I really like this person, but I don't know. Here, I'm gonna actually look it up. It's the name is escaping me, but I can see the video in my head. Okay, so Thumbs was also on Evolution Part 1. Yeah, Feather, that that new music video where everyone dies. Oh no, I'm thinking of Singular. Okay. So Singular after Evolution was in 2018. So that is when Sue Me came out. Almost Love. That's the name of it. So look up the Almost Love music video, and that's the one where she turns people to stone. So the song I was just talking about, where she's like somebody, but it doesn't really make sense. That's why. So that's a song that gets stuck in my head a lot. Yeah. So then, yeah. So the one that like escapes me a little bit is Singular Act Two. That's the one that like I guess whatever was happening in my life, I wasn't like really downloading music at the time. So that's the one that I don't really have. But yeah, I definitely remember Singular Part 1. That was like my jam. And then, so then Emails I Can't Send came out. So Singular Act 1, like I said, that came out when I got married. Like it was coming out as I got married. And like all the singles were coming out around then. And obviously, like Singular, it's kind of like opposite of what I was feeling at the time. But I like really, like, I still was really feeling it. And then Emails I Can't Send came out in 2022. And that one, same thing, is like, I was very, very married in 2022. And like, I really, like, that album actually changed me. So the things that she talks about in Emails can't send about like what it's like to be like in the public, I guess that's part of it, and then what it's like to get back together with somebody after like even though like everybody knows that you broke up with them or they broke up with you, and like so that's something that I obviously wasn't dealing with as a married person, but like it brought me right back to that time in my life when I was like 20 or um, even a little older. So I actually dated my husband in high school. I dated him for about 2.5-ish years, like high school into college, and then we broke up when I was in college, and then we were apart for many years, but like we still kept in touch and we talked a lot, and I knew what was going on in his life. And so we're high school sweethearts. But like that time that we were apart, it was I didn't realize like after we got back together how much wounds I still had from that time, because I knew he was the one. He knew I was the one, but like it couldn't work out at that time. We weren't able to make it work at that time, and there are other factors and like other people's opinions and like a lot of things happening in our own heads, independent of each other, as well as when we were together. Like we just weren't making it work. But like some of the songs, like my favorite song from that album is "Already Over," and so it's a play on words, because like already over meaning like we're already broken up. So how do I break up with you again? Or like how do I move how am I supposed to move on from that? But then it's also like already over meaning like you're already over at my house, and like uh that's a real, like such a real thing that happened to me. Like there's a line that says like kissing after a conversation where we probably be better off as friends. So that was like very real. And I didn't realize that I had like still open wounds from from that, because like we got back together. So like all was good, right? But yeah, there was a lot of pain that I still had that I didn't really deal with. So listening to that album, even like a very very happily married. Someone would say I was still in the newlywed phase at that time, because it was like 4 years. We were only married for about 4 years at that time. Um, that was very interesting for me, but I loved it because she just captures the essence of what that's like. And then let's see. Yeah, I loved every song from that. I did not think that there was a dud, but I think a lot of people did think that like maybe skinny dipping like didn't really fit in, but I totally think it does. So like I said, I understood the feelings, because sometimes it feels like whiplash, and I think that's what a lot of people like about her new album too. Is like sometimes it feels like on Monday you feel like you're like really really feminine and strong and sexy, and like everybody wants you, and then on Tuesday you're like, I will give up everything if this person would like me. And then on Wednesday you're like, why was that even important? All right, I do like the skulls. What do you guys think of skulls? Like would you be unhappy if there's skulls in a journal that you got that was supposed to be about witches? Or would you feel like that fits? And I'll put the daisy on to kind of balance the ugliness of death and the oh thanks the ugliness of death and the beauty of life. So I have another question. Similarly, so I'm gonna put these owl pages into the witchy journals, and like so I have this all these from an owl book, and it's all about like owl watching and like where to spot different owls and like the science behind it. But there are a couple. I have two. So, would you be bothered by that owl or this owl at all? Let me know. Because at first I didn't even notice anything different. Like, I thought it was like the same as all the other owls that were in. And then after a while, I noticed that they're both holding their prey, which is kind of scary. And I can imagine some people would be pretty upset by that whole thing. But it's the circle of life, right? Like that owl is feeding itself and maybe even feeding its young. So that's good, right? This one. Yeah, people can deal with creepy owls. That's true. I'm not like teaching, like people already know that this happens. I'm not teaching people about predators and prey. They should already have that down. My favorite movie is the Tom Hanks movie, That Thing You Do. Have you seen that? That movie has been my favorite movie since it came out. So, like, probably since I was 10. My sister got it from the movie rental store on a VHS, I think. And so that's how long it's been my favorite movie. So that's it's about a like little small town band that whose drummer gets hurt and they need a new drummer. So the main character becomes the drummer for this band. They're like, this drummer is hearing the music and they're like thinking, this guy thinking he's writing a bunch of ballads, but he's writing a bunch of pop songs. And I'm going to like double the speed and it's going to be awesome and everyone's going to love it. And then that does happen. And then they become a one-hit wonder. And the name of the song that's the one-hit wonder is That Thing You Do. 10 out of 10. Would recommend. I would, like, I have no faults with it. I don't think the pacing is off or anything. I like how it ends. I like how the bellhop talks to you at the end. Or, like, you, like, the audience. My Girl, like, with Wait, is it Dan Aykroyd? I'm getting very confused now. Yeah, My Girl with the bees, right? So the I also love that movie. Um, watched it recently, and I was like, I'm just trying to see the cast there. All right, Dan Aykroyd, Macaulay Culkin, Jamie Lee Curtis. Yeah, so I was watching this movie, and I was like, this is the best movie that all of these actors are in. And I was saying this to my husband, and I was like, I know that they're like big stars, um, especially Dan Aykroyd and Jamie Lee Curtis, but I was like, I don't care. Like Jamie Lee Curtis's character, like her whole vibe is like one of my favorite vibes, and I should probably make a My Girl journal. So, yeah, the bees, the reason I brought up the bees at all is because I'm actually making a bee journal at the same time as this. I don't have it with me here, but I will show it soon if you subscribe. I'll definitely have it up soon. Yeah, it's a sad movie, huh? I like the whole arc. Like I like how it's a little bit playful and or like really playful at the beginning, and then like how she sings to the picture of her teacher at the beginning. I love that, and how she's like in the poetry class and she's like, "I like ice cream when it's hot," and I love that. Oh, thank you. I'm so glad you subscribed. What's your favorite part of that movie, My Girl? Hey, how do you or how do you say your name? I've seen you making comments on my videos. Yeah, the poem at the end for Thomas J is great. Yeah, the vibes are so right with that movie. Like I want to be Jamie Lee Curtis's character in that movie. Yeah, I would watch that movie again. I've watched That Thing You Do so many times. I was like going through my stuff. I have it on, like, I have a copy of it on my computer, and then I have two copies of it in my house. Like, I didn't mean to have that many copies of it. It just happened. So I'm making these little cards that will be an insert for a folder. So I'm just choosing some stickers that I like and that look like they go together. Yeah, did you they made a My Girl too also. I don't think I remember it, but did you watch that? Yeah, she was so good. Like it's hard to have those to act those emotions because like to have those emotions is to have those emotions, but to act it with like all these people around you and then like the director and everything telling you what to do. She did a really good job. So we're talking about movies right now, My Girl, but I was talking about Sabrina Carpenter. Oh yeah, I have six siblings myself, so I know what that's like. I'm actually the youngest. Are you the oldest? Yeah. Yeah, I'm the youngest of seven kids. Oh yeah, that must be hard to be in the middle because like everybody is loud for different reasons. So like when I think about people being loud, like they're all loud because they're older. But I don't know really, or at least except for my nephews and my niece. Oh wow, yeah, they must be really loud. They probably don't want to watch My Girl 2 with you, huh? Yeah. So now what I'm doing is just placing the cards into these folders that I made before, and then this will be completely done this make. Yeah. One day, maybe they'll feel the emotion of the death of a friend, and then they won't laugh at it again. Not to laugh at them. But yeah, my best friend died when I was 27, so I would never laugh at that movie. Macaulay Culkin was so good in that too. Oh, I'll have to rewatch the trailer. Is My Girl on a streaming service? I might, I might think about watching it again soon. That thing you do comes on and off of a bunch of things. I just watch it. If I were to watch it, I would just watch it on my computer now. But I bet you can find it pretty easily. Okay. Yeah, let me see. I wonder if that thing you do is free. Okay, it seems to be on a lot of different ones. Oh, it's on Pluto and maybe Hulu. So yeah. Yeah, it's hard because they kind of like there was a time where a lot of people were just paying for services, right? Like we want to watch TV, so we're just going to pay. But now the prices have gotten so out of hand that people are just going back to pirating again. Like there was a long time I never even thought about pirating, but like when the prices get up that high, like it starts to cross your mind again. Yeah, but it's not even just inflation. It's also like the attitudes around movies because like have you seen a movie in a theater lately? It's going to be like $50 if you go if like you go with somebody else. It's going to be $50 even if you don't buy that many snacks or like sometimes even any snacks at all. Um, but yeah, I think we got a soda. Like we went to the movies and we got a soda and it was almost $50. We watched Deadpool and Wolverine. Yeah, the popcorn alone is $50. We didn't even get popcorn because we just ate dinner. But man, I do like popcorn from the movie theater. We make popcorn at home, uh, and the trick to good popcorn we found is to get the white kernels instead of the yellow kernels. So if you can find the white kernels, um, you should see it. It was pretty funny. I've never even seen Deadpool. I saw Wolverine like over a decade ago, and I fell asleep in the theater. And then like if you uh go back like 10 years from me, I was like I'm never watching a comic book movie again because the action's not for me. But I I saw it and I really liked it. I I didn't really even need to see the first yeah, it was funny. I didn't see the first Deadpool. I just like I know that he like got Celine Dion out of her like post spousal death depression and got her to perform again. So like I really respect that. Um because I love Celine Dion. I talked about her or like I write books, so I wrote like this whole thing about her. Like my character was obsessed with her and she like gets really mad when someone says she just sang that Titanic song and like I really love that my character was like that. And then a couple months later after I wrote all of that, um it came out that she was really sick and I was so sad. I was like, I really have to publish this book now. My tribute to Celine Dion. Okay, so I do want to fulfill my promise of talking about Sabrina Carpenter a little more. I mean, I know I talked about her a lot already and how she like impacted me, but I did want to do this ranking in for the for the tracks. Oh, you said okay, I will take that advice. What advice was that? To eat dinner first? I don't remember. All right, so the earworms of Sabrina Carpenter, short and sweet, like ranking um how much they're in my head, basically, or how much I like them. Kind of how much I like them because that's how much they're in my head. Oh yes, the white kernels. You gotta get the white kernels because like when you have like all of those holes when you're eating and they get stuck in your teeth and sometimes they get stuck in your throat. The white kernels have so much less of that and they're so much closer to um, movie theater popcorn. I think they actually do a mix in movie theater popcorn. I'm not sure. All right, so the ranking of the short and sweet tracks, and this is not to say any of them are bad, they're all good. But on the bottom, I almost even forgot that this song existed when I went back to listen. That's Good Graces. It's a good song, though. it is catchy and it's really vibey and like it's a good one to listen to while you're doing something else. Let's see. And then there's always a slow song or two. Yeah, Thumbs is nostalgic. Yeah, it gets stuck in your teeth and then it can make your gums like swell up. Not fun. Yeah, get the white kernels. They're usually the same price too. Yeah, so she always has some slow songs, so Don't Smile and Lie to Girls. They don't get stuck into my head as much, but they're still really good. Oh no, I never had braces. I probably could have used them, but yeah, I never had them. And then Bedcam gets in my head, but it's not the same as the other ones. And then, yeah, a lot of people say they hated their braces. It changes how you look too, which is like it feels bad in your mouth and it hurts, and then like you look different. So I can understand how people would hate braces. So then Taste, that's the new single. It does get stuck in my head, but surprisingly not as much as the other ones. So then Dumb and Poetic, that actually gets stuck in my head a lot because uh, I like the meaning behind the song because I really feel like that's really relatable. And then I think Slim Pickens is gonna be like the nonsense of Short and Sweet, like how it's like kind of the like irreverent. What? Oh yeah, that that. Yeah, it's I just love um how like slasher it is and like how unreal it is. So it's like the same thing with the Feather music video. It's like so gory. It's so like over the top gory that it's not like it doesn't turn you off at all. It doesn't make you feel gross and it doesn't make you want to avert your eyes at all. It's just stupid and funny. Yeah, so I think Slim Pickens will be like the nonsense. Like when I heard nonsense, I was like, this was a song that she wrote for herself. Yeah, that was awesome. Like the how they became besties and like who do you think is the woman who is crying over the coffin? Do you think that's the guy's mom or do you think that's the guy's like other girlfriend? Yeah, so with Nonsense, I was like, she wrote Nonsense. Like, she and her writing team, they wrote this for themselves, for fun, to get out of, like, writer's block, probably. And never even really considered, like, oh, this is going to be, like, a real, like, this song that makes me famous. And it just ended up being the song that makes her famous. So I think Slim Pickens is going to be, like, even though she had other singles on it planned, on emails I can't send, like planned before. I think Nonsense kind of came out of nowhere, and I'm hoping that we have the same trajectory for Slim Pickens because it's like it's just the stuff that you think and like it's not logical, but it's the stuff that comes into your head. So, but yeah, that gets into my head too. I really like the sound. Like when I listen to emails I can't send a lot, I was like, I have to get tap shoes and I have to get roller skates because the person that I am when I listen to these songs taps and roller skates because like it's so like disco-y and like kind of that like kind of smooth vibe of disco like instead of the real dance disco. Um, so yeah, I really love how she takes from so many different places, and like this album is so folky, and even though I Can't Stand got has some good folkiness to it too, but like the Slim Pickens song, it's just that's one of my favorite ones, but it's not as catchy. Oh no, I put Juno twice on my list. What am I missing? I meant to put Sharpest Tool. Okay, so yeah, Sharpest Tool is next. But I think I enjoy Slim Pickens like up here. And this is always subject to change. I do not know that story. I might have heard it, but I'm not very good with names. But no, I haven't heard that story. But yeah, go ahead, share it. And then, so then definitely for the first ones, Espresso is the most catchiest song. And I think her lyricism in that is awesome. Please, please, please. Hey, Bob, I'm filming a live, but you can come in. I'm doing a live. Okay.
My inhaler's missing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can get off the live soon. I can get off the live soon. I'm almost at an hour.
Okay.
And so those her first singles, those were the catchiest ones. And then I think Coincidence. That's probably my favorite song from the album. And then Juno is in my head all the time. Yeah, so do you know about Aubrey Wyatt? This one person who's at my live, or like the person I've been talking to on my live. She was asking about Aubrey Wyatt.
Yeah.
She was 13 years old and lived a nice life. She had many friends, though she got bullied since like third grade. That's what she said.
You know this? Or just some person?
It's just a person. I guess it's oh she died by suicide today.
Okay. That's what I was worried about.
Yeah. Yeah, bullying sucks, everyone. I hate to leave on that note, but I think it's about an hour and it's time for me to get off of the live. So do you have something uplifting to say about that or something else to say about it before I sign off?
Me?
No, not you, Alice. Well, that's good. I'm glad her family's doing better, but it's like, yeah, people, especially young people, don't realize the implications that bullying has because not only can things happen like this, like tragic things happen that can end someone's life, but it can affect somebody like well into adulthood, and it's possible that they never like achieve their best life and like find their best selves and become who they're really supposed to become because these words are always in their head. Oh, so it's been a year? Is that why you're bringing it up? Oh, yeah, it's been a year. Yeah, so I hope everything's going well with her family. That's hard. Yeah, that's terrible. Bullies are bad news. Hopefully there's a change or people can connect more instead of trying to find differences with each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's systemic, right? Like you can't just blame the kids, even though they're the fist. Like the system is the arm and the body. The teachers, everybody contributes. It wouldn't be
Yeah.
possible without
Yeah, cuz
at least the
yeah, there's a whole system. Definitely teachers. Not that it's the specific the teacher's responsibility. It's the teachers should be in a system where like the administration is responsible for it all. So the teacher should be like trained a certain way and like paid for that training. Okay, yeah. I can wear pink today. I'm wearing yellow already. But I can change what I'm wearing to wear pink. All right. I need to get off now. It's time for my breakfast. Oh, the bully's parent was the superintendent. Yeah,
it's the system.
that's what my husband is saying. It's the system that can really cause these problems. I hope he got fired, and I I hope he can't work anywhere else anymore.
Actually, Aubrey's mom got sued for saying the bullying contributed to the suicide. So
Oh,
yeah,
that's
probably
crazy.
defamation against the kid. I didn't look into it. I just heard that.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, so I hope everyone's doing well today and everybody uh eats good food. Say a kind word to somebody.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say do
Yeah.
the opposite of bullying.
Yeah, try to lift somebody up today if you can. Um, and do it because that will be good for them and also because that will be good for you. It'll make you a better person by saying nice things to them. Well, thanks so much for watching, guys. It was fun to have an actual chat. Yesterday, nobody was on my live, so there's no one to chat to. But this was fun. Bye.